Hi, and welcome back to The Day Before. Today we're going to be going over my mystery reading and writing progress, which, for writing, there is no progress. I'm taking a break from it so that I can plan for homeschool. But I have been reading books on audiobook as I clean up and stuff. So, we'll talk about that today. I also wanted to mention that I finished this Finder Seekers game that I unboxed for you guys last week. I loved it, you guys. It was really fun, and I do recommend it. So, let's get into the books that I've read. So, I have been really busy, and I've only been able to read, on audiobook, right? Basically, I just check out what I want to read from my library, and here is the stuff I have been reading. I don't know if you can see that very well. But what I've read is The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena, The Last Time I Lied by Leigh Sager, and then the first two stories from If It Bleeds by Stephen King. Now, as far as If It Bleeds by Stephen King, the first two stories that I did read, I really enjoyed. The first story is called Mr. Harrigan's Phone, and it says here, a young man befriends an old man, and when the old man dies, the young man finds he can communicate with the dead old man. So, that's a little summary that I wrote. So, what happens is, this old man, he never had a cell phone, right? And so the young man, for his, gratitude toward the old man, gets him a cell phone, and the old man becomes obsessed with it because of all the information you can find on it. And when he dies, the young man sticks the cell phone in the old man's casket, so he's buried with that cell phone. And what ends up happening is he finds out that he can communicate with the old man through the cell phone. So it's a really cool story. And then the second story in that book is called The Life of Chuck, right? And that's a really interesting story too, because it's the life of a man, but it's told backward. There's basically three shorter stories within this story, and it's all interconnected. And the first one is around the time that Chuck passes away, or when he is passing away, basically. The second one is a story about him a little bit before that. And then the first story is when he was much younger, okay? So I found this story to be really cool. I really enjoyed it. The guy's name is called Charles Krantz. And basically, yeah, it's a story about his life in reverse. So it's pretty cool. I haven't read the other two, and I do plan to, but I don't know when I'm going to get to it because, I kind of lost interest after I read The Life of Chuck, and other books caught my interest. Do you know what I'm saying? So the next book I read was The Last Time I Lied by Leigh Sager, and I really did enjoy this book, but I have read a book by Leigh Sager before that I enjoyed a lot more. I will say that. The Last Time I Lied is basically about a girl named Emma, and she was at this summer camp as a kid, as a younger person, and she was put into a cabin with older girls, okay? So, the older girls disappear one night, and when she goes back to the summer camp as an adult, she's put into another cabin, and those girls disappear. So, that's basically what the storyline is and what it's about. And it's a pretty good book, but I have read a better book by Leigh Sager called Lock Every Door. That was good. That was better in my opinion. But, let's see. Whoops. So, the next book I wanted to talk to you guys about that I've read is The Couple Next Door, and I think that's my favorite book out of the three that I've read in the last month. The Couple Next Door is about a couple, and they go to their next door neighbors, leaving their baby asleep in the house next door, and they're like, oh, it'll be fine, we'll check up every 30 minutes or whatever. Well, the baby disappears. So it's a pretty good story. I was surprised at the ending. Some parts of the book are dry and hard to get through. I will say that maybe it's because I listened to it in audiobook form, and maybe those dry spots wouldn't have been so prominent if I were reading the book. I'm not sure. I will say there is a book by Shari Lapena that I love so much, and it is called An Unwanted Guest, I think, and it's one of my favorite audiobooks. It's one that I love to listen to over and over again. So, even though this was my favorite of the 3 that I've read recently, The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena, I do recommend her book, on audiobook at least, An Unexpected Guest by the same author, Shari Lapena. It's excellent to listen to. I can listen to it over and over again. So my reading plans coming up for mystery reading are Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Is that how you pronounce the last name? Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Someone We Know by Shari Lapena. I want to try to read all of her books because I really did like the first one I read of hers. Oh, The Mystery of the Blue Train by Agatha Christie. I plan to read that over again as well. I've read that before and I really liked it. And then I have a book on hold. What is it? It's the new book by Riley Sager. I also plan to read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager coming up. I have it on hold, and it's supposed to be available to me in the next couple of weeks. So I'll probably be talking about that in my other video if I'm able to get to it. Because I do have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in my to-read list. And this does not count any books I'm reading about the writing process, books I'm reading about tarot cards and whatnot. As far as the 5 books that I'm going to be reading, the one I am most interested in, I would have to say, is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, because I've watched some videos reviewing that and it sounds pretty good to me. I'm also excited about Rainbow Rowell's book, Carry On, because that also sounds very interesting. I've watched some reviews of. I don't think I've seen any reviews of Someone We Know. And then Agatha Christie, The Mystery of the Blue Train. I've already read that. I'm also excited to read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, but of the authors that we've talked about today, he's probably like my least favorite. I'm not sure why, even though I really did like Lock Every Door. That was a really good book. But anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys today to talk about. I can't really think of anything else other than this was supposed to be Tuesday's video. This video was supposed to go up on Tuesday, but it's going to be going up on Thursday because Thursday's video is going to be about tarot cards. And I've ordered 3 more decks. Well, another tarot card deck and I think some oracle card decks. So I wanted to wait until those got here, and also life happened. We got really busy doing some chores around the house. So I wasn't able to get a video up by Tuesday. So this will be Thursday's video, and I hope you like it. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you had a wonderful time talking about books with me. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to follow along on my mysterious journey in life, make sure you ring that Make sure you subscribe and then ring that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.